Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kribby and today we are reviewing the knitting pattern, the Call Me Back sweater by Unlucky Knits. At the time of filming this video, unfortunately, Unlucky Knits has closed her online website where she used to sell her other patterns. This pattern, the Call Me Back sweater, was in collaboration with Hobbii and is still available from Hobbii's online website as a free downloadable pattern. This video is not sponsored by Hobbii, but when I was getting back into crochet and wanting to learn how to knit, I did download a few of their free crochet and knitting patterns off of Hobbii. I used to participate in their live sales, which they used to do on their Facebook and Instagram, but they no longer do that. The only sales I know that they continue to do are like the Quiz Mondays and whatever other special seasonal sales that they do. About this pattern, the Call Me Back sweater is the definition of business in the front, party in the back with its loose fit and beautiful open back. This sweater is perfect for dressing both up and down. The pattern includes two different ways to work the sweater depending on whether you want a fully open or half back. In my case, I chose to do the half back and shorten the sweater overall to fit my body better. So this pattern is listed as an intermediate level knitting pattern on Hobbii. However, I don't think that's 100% true. I think an adventurous beginner could probably handle this pattern. I've only been knitting for a year and I mean, I made it. So it really wasn't that hard. I think like I said, I think any adventurous beginner could make the pattern easy. More on this pattern, the recommended yarn is Hobbii's own Pearly Haze or Metallico line. Recommended gauge is 16 stitches across by 23 rows high. I made this pattern in the extra small size. The pattern says it uses about 7 skeins. Each skein is about 120 yards each. So you do the math. That was for the half back, full length sweater. But for me, I'm pretty sure I only used about 3 to 4 skeins because we're short and we liked cropped sweaters. And now that we've got the foundation of knowing what the pattern is about, knowing all of our specs, and knowing what yarn to use, let's get on to the good stuff. Hello? Girl. Yes, queen. Open back. My favorite design. I do regret, however, making this pattern in the yarn that was recommended, which is the Pearly Haze. I did use it. I used the lavender one. I will post a picture here. But like, could you imagine this pattern in a cotton or like a cotton silk or a silk blend yarn during the summer? A little open back sun action. Oh, so cute. Girl, would die for. That's like my only regret about this pattern, honestly, is that I didn't choose to make it in said different yarn. Anyways, there is an option for a longer length sweater and fully open back. I do have plans to get a back tattoo, which is why you might come across some of my other pattern reviews and you're like, Kribby, that is another open back and or low back designed piece of garment. Well, you know, when I get that done, I'm gonna be showing that baby off. Don't you know that? Anyways, let's continue on with the rest of the view. Easiest part of the pattern is gonna be the stockinette part. Girl, you got me on lock stockinette any day of the week, anytime. Give me some stockinette in the round. I'm a little lazy lima bean and I would have it no other way for my knitting patterns if I could just have them all stockinette in the round. I would have it. So, you know, like most people hate sleeve islands because they get trapped in the stockinette for like quite a long bit. That was my favorite part of the pattern, honestly, because I love me a stockinette situation, and I love Sleeve Island, so just saying. Anyways, we have now coasted past through the good parts of the pattern, and we are on to the other little nitty-gritty criticisms that I have, which is not really a lot, honestly, because like I had a pretty good time. Anyways, I have some things to say about this pattern, and it's mostly personal issues, honestly. It's a preference. It's a preference thing. I'm pretty sure I finished this pattern in, like I said, a week or less, but this pattern calls for a rollover collar, in which I dislike this, only because halfway up you attach at the collar, you do a couple rows, you like knit your regular, quote, it says garter stitch, but it's like knitting in the round, and then you do one roll of purls to designate that is where you are going to fold over the collar and then attach it back down. I did it. I hated the look of it. I didn't like the feel of it, so I nixed it. Not in the pattern. I'm looking at it now, and I am seeing that I did a collar. It's knit in the round. And then I just did a regular cast off. It barely fits over my head, so bad on me for that. But next time, low-key, it's a little bit my fault that like it doesn't fit over my head. I want to say this was the cast on point. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if you can tell, but this might be the cast on point. And then it's like, go down, do your purl, and then attach, and then go on from there. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not gonna read the pattern again until I do another iteration of it. So anyways, it's fine. It's fine, it looks fine. It barely fits over my head, but I can get it over my head. So it's wearable. Rolled over collars, maybe it's just like a knot. It's not my thing. It's not my thing. I would prefer to have just done like a regular rollover collar without the purl, or just not. That's just what I think. So that's on the collar. What I have my second qualm about this is I'm pretty sure I knit this too tight. Again, nothing wrong with the pattern. It's me. It's me. It's my own gauge of knitting that I'm pretty sure, per the pattern pictures, I'll post here what the pattern picture has and what it looks like, and look at mine. Right now it's really sunny and you can see through it, but I'm pretty sure here you go, that might be a little bit better. The gauge is not supposed to be this tight, but secondarily, I did throw this one in the wash. I was not supposed to. I forgot that it wasn't a super wash viscose wool combination of yarn. So I threw it in the wash, and it did felt, and it shrunk a whole lot more than it was supposed to. I was able to mostly salvage the sweater. I did have to do a wool wash and conditioner, zhuzh it up quite a bit, and then stretch the hell out of it to get it back to where it was supposed to be. Last thing on modifications is that the pattern calls for another rolled hem at the bottom of the sweater. I did not do that. per usual, Cribby's not listening to the pattern, so why even bother reading the pattern in the first place, right, Cribby? But no. So I went ahead and did 2x2 ribbing. I was not aware at the time, as a little baby beginner, that when you do 2x2 ribbing to achieve that cinched effect that 2x2 normally does, you have to go down needle sizes. I did not do such thing. I kept it on the regular needle sizes that I was doing in the round here. No. Did not do exactly what I wanted it to do. C'est la vie. It's already done. Same thing happened with the sleeves. You can see here. Anyways, so to amend the fact that it does not do the cinch in effect with the 2x2 ribbing, I, as you can see, have inserted some ribbon. Very coquette. You can tie both of them. It cinches real cute and it works. It works. I'm not gonna take this apart. I don't want to take it apart. It has a very mohair effect, and if you know anything about trying to frog mohair, is gonna get tangled, and I don't want to do that. By the time I had salvaged it, I was very done with this garment overall. So we're done with that one specifically. I'm not saying that I won't come back to the pattern, because absolutely I will, because I'm thinking about it now that it's summer. I'm like, ooh, it might be time to get my knitting needles out again for some cotton, silk, blend, whatever, linen, whatever, summer yarn, and make another one of those because it's summer. Anyways, back on track to where I'm supposed to be. Last part of my reviews is how likely am I to recommend this to a friend? I would say very likely. On your standard scale of like, no, middle, very likely, absolutely, we're like here, like very likely. Like, it probably could be in the very likely to highly likely, like will recommend. Just depends on the person. Like, I know like showing that much like open back skin is not for everybody, and also that may require you, if you're not free the nipple movement girly like me, to put on some sticky adhesive boobies, booby tape or cakes or what have you, so you can have ooh la la sexy back. But you know, we're bringing sexy back. Hey, don't copyright me for that. Anywho's, very likely, it's an easy enough pattern. You get through, I would say, a lot of the shaping in the back really fast, because you're just like knitting half, like in a semicircle for that bit, and you're doing a lot of like increases here, decreases here, and then once you get to that point where you finish off your circle, you're back into the round. And if you do a cropped version like I did, it really doesn't take that long. If you love knitting in stockinette sleeves, man, super fast. But you get a lot of the like semi-beginner techniques in this pattern. You find it a lot in a lot of like other raglan sweaters, and it's not super easy like those other raglans that you knit just like straight up in the round with no shaping. This has some shaping to have that cute little open back silhouette section. You know, it's like a nice little twist on your classic raglan sweater for knitting. And honestly, and I can definitely see myself making another Call Me Back sweater in a fun summer yarn for summer. Am I gonna get to it? That's another question. That's for later. You can discuss that with future Cribby. So that brings our review to a close. I really hope you found this review helpful. If you want to see more content like this, please subscribe to my channel. I am working on a bunch of other reviews for knitting, crochet, and sewing. And last of all, let's see it down in the comments. Do you see yourself using this pattern in the future? And tell me what color and yarn you'd use to make this. Bye-bye. On a scale, you know, your standard scare. Wow. Definitely see myself making this